Awake to my voice.
Hi, I'm Adam. This is creating flowers in Zbrush using the funnest project from Pauline Vob's concept featured previously to demonstrate the technique. Alright. So in this, I hate to say episode, we're working towards building just a small elements like flowers and vines. So here we have, I mean, if you see the concept in the corner, it has a little bit of scatterness to it. I might bring it up on screen right now briefly to show it you. Okay, so what we're building here is basically the vine. So what I've done is build one line as a curve brush, and then just basically moved it around to create a vine shape. Okay, so that's the initial. Combine them together so I can move them around some more, and that's our basic vine as you saw in the concept. Okay, now making some kind of straggles. So it's very quick work. There we go. Smooth it to reduce the scale of it, the size of it. Moving around with some masking. And then combining that together as well, so we can move it around some more. And you have the basic shape of the branch that flows all the way around the horse. Okay, now I've removed, I've moved some of the pure reference board around. Let's take a look at flowers, which is kind of how I work it. I'm working on that bit now, so I move some of the reference around. Right, that's what I want to work on. And now I'm basically building a flower. Very easy. Built it from a plane mass, pulled it out of the plane, smoothed using a smooth group brush, projected by using the ZV modeler QMesh brush to extract, and then we have the basic shape which I make into a brush. Okay, so that's it. That's the whole thing. Then I'm projecting onto a plane again, a number of them, reshaping them so they're not overlapping, and then I have our basic flower. Okay, and then just adding those little kind of like those middle elements to it. Okay, then building the inner element of the flower as well, looking at the reference. I was a little bit worried about at this stage that it was going to look too noisy, but then in testing, I think, yeah, it kind of works. So I'm just placing it on those branches where they are, as that whole blush that we just built. I'm building the back end that you don't see, making a very educated guess about how it would look, basically. Here I'm just making it a bit more randomized by pulling some of the feathers away and deleting them. And that basically looks very similar to the reference there. Okay, now adding some, as you can see in the backboard to the top. Okay. Now I'm taking one of the original petals, creating a brush with a number of different styles of petals on it, so I can go use different kinds. And I'm basically moving them around the area to make them look floating, to make it a bit more dynamic, the scene. And obviously, if you're doing an actual 3D print or something similar, you can't do this. But for this kind of thing where I wanted it just in 3D, you can rotate around it. I wanted that kind of dynamism of being able to rotate and see these flowing leaves or petals that you can see in the back plate there, which I'm actually using as a guide to where I want them, but then rotating it around as well to get an idea of, does it flow also with the eye. So seeing it from one plane and making, checking it from other angles, does it work? mean, that's the very basics of it over with there, of the shapes of all the petals of where they would be scattered. At that point, just looking at really, as I said, a little bit of the dynamism of where it would fit around the feet and stuff like that. Looking at the plane, things like that, placing it on one angle, that then rotating around to make sure the angle works. Pulling them back, pulling them forward. See, they're all placed only on one level there, so they all need to be. Where would they actually fit in 3D space? We should start working on now, based on that back plate. It's fairly standard now, as described before. It's just simply the populating of that area to give it that kind of sense of radiance of the character. It's mainly, yeah, you see it there, just basically positioning it. On the board, I said, is it's fairly easy. This video on this time of populating. It's fairly just repetitive. Is the word. And the key thing really is just to make sure it works in 3D space. When you turn it all the way around it, does those flowers look like they fit in that area, as it would be with that slight essence? See, there you go. Testing with the lighting and everything. Gonna render, and yeah, seems to look okay. All right, thank you. That's it. Bye.